What's up, y'all? It's your boy King Yediya, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets. I'm a seeker of knowledge and wisdom, and also a passer on of that knowledge and wisdom. So, I've been studying these charts and the Forex market for a while now, so I just think it's only right that I pass on that knowledge via these videos and stuff, So if someone sees these videos and gets inspired to, embark on trading and stuff like that, this could help you out a little bit. And by no means am I an expert or anything like that. I'm just sharing what I know. So let's do a little top-down analysis on this is the US dollar. So we were in this downtrend channel right here. I marked up the resistance line, which is this red line right here. That was the top of the channel. Let's see, going all the way back up here. Right, that's where I started marking the channel from. And at the bottom, that's the support line. You see prices bouncing off here, until finally we started getting this kind of sideways movements from in the middle of the channel. So I marked up some support zones here and here where it kind of bounced off from, and we started getting this congestion all the way until up here where we broke out of the channel. So when we broke out of the channel, I was looking at it to see how far it would go. Maybe it's just a breakout and a retest, right? Or maybe it's just a breakout and a break back in, because these lines aren't it's not brick walls, it's how could I say it? It's malleable, what I'm saying? They could break through these lines and bounce back in these lines, so it's just a gauge of an area, right? So just like here, it could have bounced out of the channel and broke back in. And let me see if I could let's see if this will make it easier to see. So yeah, it broke out here and it just broke back in, right? And I was looking to see if it would do the same thing here, just break out, break back in. But when it broke out, it was a little different, like the way it acted, right? It consolidated here a little bit, then it dropped back in, right? Held this line of congestion here and broke back out again. Then we came back in here, held the line of congestion again, and now we're breaking back out. So I'm looking at this like on the fundamental side of things. This dollar is people are probably putting or buying the dollar as a safe haven at this moment. That's why it's gaining this strength, right? Because I think it wants to break out higher. So looking at this now, in trading Forex, I've noticed that the US dollar, it really controls the pairs that's attached to the US dollar. Like if it's GBP USD, AUD USD, Euro USD, whatever the US dollar does, that pair does the opposite, right? So let's see, this is just a little top-down analysis. So right now we're on the 4-hour chart. We're getting like a double top right here, right? So we could start thinking like, damn, maybe this might reverse. It's a double top pattern, right? But I'm leaning towards this side of, fundamentally speaking, I think this is a lot of buying into the safe haven aspect of the US dollar. That's what's gaining the strength right now. Because in correlation with the equities market, right? When the US dollar rises, the equity market falls, like the stock market, right? That's because people are putting money into the US dollar and selling stocks, and then just buying the US dollar and just keeping their money in the US dollar, right? So that gives the US dollar strength. And I'm looking at the stock market because I trade the stock market as well. And the stock market had these little, not little, but significant little sell-offs. It recovered, but then it sold off. You know what I'm saying? And it happened a couple times during this year. So I'm keeping an eye on that, because I think that in the big picture, like the big players, I think they're selling off some of their stocks, taking profit and putting it in the US dollar. So now, let's see, let's go down to the 1 hour chart, right? So now we could see in this kind of double top pattern, we back here at the congestion area, right? But to me, I'm just looking at this like this is a strong push up, right? I think it's going to break out further in correlation with the fundamentals that I think, in my opinion, I think is going to break up further, right? Because like as a bull pattern and a bull flag pattern, I think this is looking stronger as a breakout compared to this here, right? This is more of an upward triangle. This here was kind of like congestion, broke out kind of real strong, but then fell back real strong anyway, and just continued falling back in. So after it did that, I think it just retest this area, went up this way. Oh, let me pull out the arrow. So yeah, after all of this here, we had the big push up. I think it came back and retest this area. Boom, retest this area again. Now we're pushing back up. I think this is going to be the breakout push up, you know. So let's see. Let's go over to what I'm actually trading right now. So this is the 4 hour on the AUDUSD. I actually have a sell trade in here right now from right here, but the AUDUSD pushed up, right, broke back in, pushed up, and now it's selling off, right? Now here we have the kind of double top pattern, and it's following through with that double top pattern and selling off. Now this is I drew a little upward support line here, and right now we're kind of holding that support a little bit. You see we wicking out here. Oh, let me pull out the arrow. You know, we're wicking out here a little bit, right? Where I took the sale, we kind of holding that support area a little bit. But as the US dollar gains strength, this is gonna keep on falling, right? And this is where I have my take profit here, is at this support zone. So let's see, let me go down to the 1 hour, right? So you see where we have this major kind of, well, on the 1 hour it's more than a double top, you know what I mean? It's like it's multiple tops, right? And it's not really breaking this resistance area here. And now we have the selling off, right? We had that previous sell off, that's where the dollar pushed up, and now we're selling off again, right? And as you can see again, in an inverse pattern, we had this congestion, this push down, this congestion, then push up. But now you see it's like a downward triangle. It's not really a congestion. It could move sideways though. It could move sideways along this line. But I'm thinking it's gonna break this line and go straight to like the S4. Let's see, go down to the 15 minute, see where my trade is. So I entered here. Let me see what the price was. So I entered a sell at 0.768808881. My stop loss is 0.77138, and my take profit, well, that's adjustable because I kind of trail my stops, so I just set it at that, and yeah, it's up, it's here at the S4. So take profit at 0.76440, and now we got the little sideways movement going on. We're in profit right now. Not major profit, but we just riding this support line, this uptrend support line. And there's also, I think, yeah, that's my support zone right here, these two green lines. So let me pull that arrow out. So yeah, that's my support lines. That's the area right there. So you see it's kind of bouncing around in here a little bit, wicking out. We broke above it, broke back in. Now we're at the bottom of it, testing it, breaking in again. And now we're outside of it, broke back down outside. And we just gotta break this support line right here, this green line right here. We gotta break that and continue lower. Now what I'm expecting it to do is, when it breaks here, it's probably gonna head somewhere down to the S3. It's gonna pull back, retest the S2, and then we're gonna get the move down. Now we have another support zone right here. These two green lines, that's my support zone. It's probably gonna stop around here too. Plus I have a this is a alert, and it's actually a support level as well. So let me just pull back here, and you can see where we have rejections over this level. We had congestion, then a push up. We had a V reversal right here. Right, let me pull out the arrow again. See, we had a congestion around this is my my alert right here. So I set that alert. When it gets to this point, I want to see what price does. If it starts rejecting, like does something like this, or it's looking like it's gonna do something like this, I'm gonna close it out and just take my profit, So yeah, that's my thought process on this trade right now. And actually I just came in from work, so I'm not gonna stay up. I don't think I'm gonna stay up for the London session right now. It's 1:21 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, 1:21 Eastern time, so a.m. So I'm already tired from work, so I'm not gonna stay up and monitor this trade too much. What I'm hoping for is by at least 2 o'clock I do get some movement, and I'm able to like secure some profit at break even, and hopefully it just goes down through the London session and hits my target, my take profits. I really don't like to leave my trades open like that and not be able to monitor my trades. I think that's kind of like wishful thinking, and in these markets is no place to take chances, or even though I set my stop loss, I still want to monitor my trades and see what's going on, see what the volume is doing, see if it's getting back to certain levels, certain key levels, and I could actually close in profit instead of just letting it come back to break even, So yeah, that's my little trade setup right now, man. And if you're any experienced traders looking at this and stuff right now, drop a comment. I'm open to advice and stuff like that. If you wanna chime in and say anything, I'm receptive. I don't think I know everything. This is just my technical analysis. It's just an opinion. Just like anybody else trading, they have opinions. Some people have more experience, so their opinion is more grounded in what their subconscious have seen over time. And that's another thing about trading. The more time you spend in front of the chart, it's like your subconscious soaks up so much of the information and stores it that you don't even really know why you have an instinct that, okay, this is not a good trade or this is a good trade. Because I might be looking at the same thing and I don't see what's so special about it. But just because an experienced trader might look at something and he might say, well, oh yeah, this is a sell, you're good, and I'm not all that confident in that. Yeah, I'm gonna hit my take profit. He's like, yep, you're gonna hit your take profit, this is a good trade. Or he could think the opposite, like, nah man, this is gonna pull back all the way to your stop loss and you're gonna get stopped out. And it's basically his instinct, what I'm saying? The way his subconscious reads the chart, it tells him that this is not a good trade. So the more time you have in front of the chart is the better your judgment will be. And right now we're getting a nice little doji candle forming here. Let me make that a little bigger. You see, when something is moving down like this, let me pull out my arrow. When it's moving down like this and I could see a doji candle forming, that's beautiful. Because I know it's no strength in it. Plus we have a wick to the upside. When you get a doji in a downward move, it's generally a downward move. We're generally gonna continue downwards. You know what I'm saying? Because with this strength that came in here, this little bit of buying and stuff, we had like a total engulfing like candle, and then we have a little indecision or a doji. That just means to me that it's gonna continue down because there's weakness there, and I really think that US dollar is gonna continue higher, so it's gonna support this. Because if this is the AUDUSD, that means the USD is gonna move higher and the Aussie dollar is gonna move lower. So yeah, man, let me know what y'all think. And if you gain anything from this, leave a comment. I don't really like to tell people like and subscribe and stuff. It's like, if you find value in it, you're gonna do it. You're gonna do that without me asking and stuff like that. So it's all up to you, man. If you want to subscribe. If you want to like it, I really appreciate it if you do. It'll just give me encouragement to just keep on doing it. Alright, y'all, so it's King Yedea, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets, seeking and sharing knowledge with y'all, and peace and love and blessings to y'all, man.